what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the next video. My name is Alex, and I'm here with Heafum. What's up, Heafum? How you doing?
Doing good, you?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you very much. And we are here with the Almost podcast with Alexx and Heafum, which I am very excited to bring back week 2 of the NFL picks based on which mascot will win in a fight. And we're going to try to make it a little bit quicker this week. If you want to know what happened with the first week's picks, we have it in a previous video, so check out the channel. I'll put a link in the description so you'll be able to see, and you can kind of prepare yourself for what this week's picks are. So we didn't take too much time with each video. Okay, so we're going to go week 1, which is Ravens versus Bengals. Now, I just sent Heafum a video, and I don't think I can show it on this here because I don't know if it's a copyright thing, but I googled, can a tiger kill a bird? And I found a video on YouTube where a tiger is in a zoo and he's like hanging out on a wall, and this bird just flies in and it scares the tiger and he freaks out and like falls on his back. Like, I felt bad for the tiger. You saw Heafum. What are your thoughts on this this week's game now?
To put it quickly, zoo, domesticated, not a real wild Bengal tiger.
True.
Also probably used to humans, being pet, getting belly rubs, and getting fed meat every day. So, meh. Can a cat kill a bird? Have you ever had one drop one on your doorstep? Fairly certain an actual wild or feral Bengal tiger would take care of business. But, your call.
I mean, I'm just seeing it like, we're not talking about any little bird, though. We're talking about a raven. You know, and again, I'm remembering back to like, okay, in the last week's, week picks, we didn't really go with the Ravens because we just kind of thought they're a bird. But I was like, but no, like, I went to England, I saw these ravens, the amount of respect they have at the Tower of London. These are like powerful birds, they are smart, they're looking, they're prepared, they have their head in the game, their eye on the ball, I mean, if they really thought about it, they could probably take out a tiger. They could probably take out a group of tigers.
I think the Ravens defense will show up on Sunday, so.
But Ravens are known for defense. They're known for offense. That's like their thing.
Well, technically Ravens, like when it's a flock of ravens, like I'd said before, when they're together, they're called an unkindness. They actually defend their prey from other, predators.
Interesting, eh?
As a flock.
So are you saying that the Ravens will win, or are you saying the Tigers will win?
I'm leaning more towards the Ravens in this one. But also my picks are somewhat tainted by actual stats and me knowing teams, so it's really hard for me to just go by mascots. That's why you're here. You're the voice of reason on that end.
Yes,
I
am
the voice of reason on the other.
Okay, and I think that works. That works really well. See, for me, I'm thinking like Ravens. What associations do we have with Ravens? We have Ravens. We have Raven-Symoné, who is awesome. Tower of London Ravens. And then as far as the Tiger side, Tigers are super.
Did you say Raven-Symoné?
Yeah, it has to be put in there.
Didn't we try to give her to you guys?
I don't know. Why? What do you mean?
Pretty sure after the election she was supposed to buy a ticket to Canada.
But didn't well, we will happily welcome her. But there was a show that I used to watch that she was on.
That's so Raven.
Yes. Oh, Heafum. 10 points to Heafum. That's amazing.
I'm sad I know that.
The show that
it's kinda in the name.
That's amazing. She was on the Cosby Show, and then she was on that show. I don't know if she's done other things since then. I think she was a judge on something. She was a host on The View, I think. I can't remember. Either way, I like her. I think she's always been pretty cool. And on the tiger side, tigers are awesome, and they're beautiful, and they're really cool. There's not a lot of pop cultural references I can pull in for these two.
Shere Khan is a Bengal tiger, right?
I don't know what that is.
You don't know who Shere Khan is from the Jungle Book?
No.
Or from Tailspin?
Tailspin?
Oh, get out of here.
I know Tailspin. I just don't know. I can't think of the connection between the two.
Shere Khan is the tiger that's always, dressed in business suits like he's a mafia boss.
Oh, that's cool, though. So now we're getting the Godfather in here, and we have Marlon Brando, who's amazing. Marlon Brando pretty much always wins at everything, though. That's a tough one. Got Al Pacino in there. Coppola. I mean, horse's head. If it was a raven's head, we would have come full circle, but we didn't. Was there any birds in that movie? Did anyone give anyone a dead bird? Or have we gone too far?
I have no idea.
Okay, alright, maybe we've gone too far. Okay, I think that based on the sort of like layers that are involved with each side, I just keep picturing a tiger's just gonna reach up and grab the bird and bite it. I just can't stop having that image in my head. Even though the video we saw was very like, oh, it's a bird, what's happening? I could just see him just paw on him. He could just grab it with his paws. I mean, a raven's probably going to be picking at a carcass, right? And a tiger is going to, like, come up, and they're going to be all like, ooh, we're going to be defensive, right? And then the tiger's going to be like, bruh. And it's just going to, like, grab it with his paws and eat it. It's going to swallow him whole.
Fair enough.
I'm going to have to go tigers on this one. Alright.
Better pray that Ravens D don't show up.
But what is a raven going to do against a tiger?
We'll see Sunday.
Okay, we'll see Sunday. All right, so next we have the Chiefs versus the Steelers, which is an interesting historical matchup if you really think about it. I mean, to be fair, the Steelers kind of won if you think about it, I guess. If you want to go into dark history like that. Didn't really win. I guess on the side of, I mean, help me out here, Heafum. Help me out here, Heafum.
I mean, it's like, when you ask me who's gonna win between the Chiefs and the Steelers, even though spelled differently, I would ask, does the word reservation mean anything to you?
I know. It's going to be the Steelers. It's the same thing before when we had the Patriots who won against the Texans because the Patriots won in the war. I mean, it's just history repeating itself. It's sad. Maybe one day the Chiefs will rise up and we will totally vote for them then. But until then, we're going to have to go Steelers, I guess. Right? Agreed?
By Mascot? Sure.
All right. Then we have the Dolphins versus the Jets. Now, you know how the Jets are my Super Bowl winning pick of the year. For sure. And they won huge in the last game. So...
Wait, you're picking the Jets to win the Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's my choice. I said that in the first video. Yeah. It's happening.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it's happening. They already won.
Where was I?
The first week they won like 43 to like something smaller, didn't they? It was a huge win.
Hey, jump on that train. I'll watch that one ride out.
Oh, yeah. So this one is a little bit difficult, though, because the Dolphins actually performed really, really well in their first game, which makes me feel like the Dolphins' intelligence was, like, high enough where they could actually recruit other people to help them. Okay, and we also have to think of it like this. Technically, the Jets are representative of firefighters, right? But the Dolphins are already wet. So it's not like the firefighter's going to attack him with water. That can't happen.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Don Shula's not at Miami anymore. The Jets are the Jets. So...
Greatest team in the NFL.
I don't know, man.
You can't get it. You can't do that one. You're like, no.
I'm going to have to duck out on that one. I really think... I feel like the Jets will win just because... Dolphins have a history of sucking.
And also, like, aquariums, right?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, aquariums. Aquariums have to be considered. Because, you have Jim Carrey on the Dolphins side. Because of Ace Ventura, which featured the Dolphins. But then you have the Jets, and I love the Jets. Okay, realistically, you have Dolphins. They're in the water. They're super duper smart, and you have a human being. Now, Dolphins can kill people. That is a thing, and a jet is a human being at the end of the day, and their mascot. And the dolphin, he can beak him, he can, slap him, he can. There are quite a few options that this dolphin can do.
Well, put me up against Flipper any day versus the New York Jets mascot. So,
dude, dolphins are badass. They can beak you. They have teeth. They can bite you. I don't want to say what other stuff has happened with dolphins, but it's not good. It's not good. Nope. So...
I'll take my chances with a dolphin.
I'm going to send you some links. And you will change your mind, sir. So you're going to go Jets. I mean, what if...
Yeah, I'm gonna join the Jets bandwagon for this game.
What if the dolphin comes up and just slaps the person, though, knocks them unconscious, and just grabs them with their beak and drags them under the water? I mean, it's not... What is a dude going to do against a dolphin? I guess a dude can wield a weapon. He can stand on the shore. The dolphin can't go onto the shore. Okay, and the Jets have it. Alright, because the jet doesn't have to go in. The dude doesn't have to go into the water. He can just get him onto from the shore. So it's not... Like, the dolphins have a major default in this area, I think. There are holes in what their range is, I feel like. Don't underestimate them.
I'm game with it.
Yeah, but they do have holes in their program. Okay, so we have the Eagles versus the Buccaneers. I feel like the Eagles are going to win this one, and the reason I feel like that is because I feel like the Buccaneers are going to drink all the rum, and then they're going to pass out, and then the Eagles are just going to, like, peck them to death. That's my defense.
It's going to be a close game. I'm not going to lie. The Bucs actually surprised me in the last game. They actually did very well. So I could see Philadelphia winning, like, by maybe a field goal.
Yeah, but what about the pirate example?
Well, you just said it. They're going to get drunk and pass out.
Oh, I didn't know Philadelphia was the... wait, what? What shit? I totally mistaken the side that you said. I was thinking you were talking about the Eagle side of it. So you think that the Buccaneers are going to win?
Nope. I think the Eagles are going to win.
Oh, okay. All right. I think that you are also correct. So we're going to go Eagles, and we're going to make this one really simple. The next one we have is the Browns versus the Saints. And I feel like the Saints are going to win this one. I mean, the Saints are obviously holy. The Browns are little poochy puppy dogs. And although they have teeth, how are they going to attack a Saint? You know, they can't, like, battle against the wrath of the Saints. That doesn't work. That couldn't possibly work.
And the fact that the Browns are the worst team in the NFL.
Well, they're cute little poochies. Everybody loves them, but, you know, they're just little puppers for now. One day they'll grow up and everything will be okay. Although I do remember I looked at the Mascot image once and it was a little bit scary. He had murderous eyes, you could tell.
It's because he's tired of losing.
Aww, poor little poochie. Okay, so we're gonna go Saints. Alright. Okay, next we have the Colts versus the Redskins. This is a very interesting one, but I feel like it's not really that complicated. I mean, yeah, the Colts have luck, but the Redskins have obviously... You know I don't like these ones.
Well, the Redskins, I think, are definitely going to pull it off. I don't think it's going to be that close. I could see Redskins by 10. Colts have been off to a rocky start, so...
Yeah, okay, but what about the actual mascot fights?
Well, a colt versus someone who, since they were probably 5, you know, back in the day, rode horses and dominated them. So I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, but what if, like, the horse kicks, you know, or, like, throws them off?
Then it would be supper.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Okay, Redskins it is. Alright, good point. Okay, so the next week we have the Chargers versus the Bills. So we got Mr. Lightning Man versus a Buffalo, man. The Buffalo is a strong team. I really like the Buffalo team. I feel like it's not very aggressive, but as far as, like, a defense, I feel like the defense is going to be really strong on the team this year.
This is where it's hard for me to go with mascots. I still feel like the Chargers are going to pull this one off. But if it were a mascot fight, I would definitely throw my money on the Buffalo.
Against Lightning? How is Buffalo going to kill Lightning?
No, remember, it's a weird lightning man.
Yes, but it also is somewhat also representative of Lightning. Because he's a lightning man, so he's got to have special powers, right? Like, the dude has got to have the power of lightning, for sure. So he's like a man with the power of lightning. It's got to be something like that. Because he still has, like, a crazy face. He's not just like a dude. He's not just like, hey, sup, yeah, I'm lightning because I say it. No, like he's got lightning powers, right?
It's a reach, but I'll go with it.
So what happened? I hate to ask this question, but there's a lot of questions that come up during this that are going to come up. Okay, so what happens if a buffalo gets struck by lightning? Is he okay? Like, is he grounded? Is their hooves grounded somehow?
Definitely. If a buffalo got struck by lightning, I could imagine it would be a very unpleasant smell from the burnt fur, but could be a tasty treat.
Oh, what? What? Oh my god.
The buffalo would die, yes.
You think he would die? Okay, I'm gonna have to go Chargers on this one because I just don't see how a buffalo is gonna take out electricity, lightning.
Bolt of lightning is equivalent to 1.21 gigawatts, from what I've been told.
1.21 gigawatts?
Glad you got that.
Is that actually true? Or is that not a real thing?
No, that is definitely false.
Okay.
Doc Brown had no idea what he was talking about.
Okay, alright, that's good that we've established that. That Back to the Future is not based on a story in
Or,
reality.
excuse me, Christopher Lloyd played a great part, but I'm fairly certain the flux capacitor does not exist, and 1.21 gigawatts is not a thing.
Okay, alright. Just, we had to confirm though, because you never
You
know.
heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here the first. You never maybe thought of it. Maybe you thought it was a true story, some kind of documentary, but apparently it is not. So we're going to go Chargers. Alright, now we have the Vikings versus the Packers, and I feel like last time we really underestimated the staying ability that the Vikings have, And I don't think we should do that. I think we got to count the Vikings in as a more powerful force than we originally thought they were. What do you think?
Well, the letter of this week would be Q. Q meaning questionable, which is what Aaron Rodgers is for the Packers with his knee. So I would say this. If Aaron, a.k.a. Mr. Discount Double Check, decides to play and is healthy, then the Packers will definitely win. If not, I could see this being a huge problem for the Packers, and they will probably lose.
Okay, so Aaron Rodgers, who was our NFL Player of the Week, yay! From his amazing comeback that he led his team to, he's on the Packers.
That is correct.
All right, so we do have an MVP here that's in effect, and we do like him. But the Packers only have little X-Acto knives and like little machete type sort of
I thought
things.
they had machetes.
They have a machete type thing, but okay, you take like a dude at like America Post or whatever your mail thing is called there, right? And because Canada Post is what we have, so I don't know what you guys call yours, but America Post, and you have a dude and he's got like an X-Acto knife and like the blade thingy, right? And then a ginormous Viking like kicks the door in. Is he really gonna be a packing dude? Is he gonna be able to take out a Viking? Mano a mano.
Okay, I really hate to go here. I hate to go dark, but I'm going to have to.
Oh, God.
Now, I am not sure if this is a thing, and this is just me using deductive reasoning, but you ever heard of the expression going postal?
Oh, my God. Oh,
I'm just saying.
Really?
That's a thing.
Really? I mean...
there was a thing. It might have just been in the United States back in the day, but them postal workers...
It's true. It's true. But that seems to be only triggered by absolute boredom, not like if a robber comes in. That wasn't like triggered by, there's a robber, and they're like, doo-doo-doo, and they like get all strong, and then they like start doing their postal thing.
I mean, how do you know?
Well, I'm pretty sure that's not what going postal was in reference to. It was like a dude who's doing the same task every single day, and one day he's going to snap. That was the idea, right? Not that he was like so reactive in like the case of danger, and everybody celebrated him for his actions.
See, that seed is there. That means that reaction is there. How do we know that on the opposite end of the spectrum that stimuli would not activate it?
Against a Viking, though? I mean, he's got an X-Acto knife against a Viking.
I will tell you, if a Viking bursts through my door, I'm going to grab the heaviest package I can find and get to whaling.
But it's still a Viking, though. You're still like a dude, you know? Like, you're just like a dude. You don't have, like, arms training. You don't have weapons training and, like, you know...
Okay, well, to be fair, if a Viking burst up in a post office in the 21st century, I am also for certain that he's not an actual Viking. He's probably somebody who stopped in to drop off a package while visiting a Ren fair.
No, he has to be an actual Viking. That's how it has to work. He went into the DeLorean, and he was sent back in time in the wormhole with Doctor Who, and he is an actual Viking from days of Viking past. He is a legit Viking who doesn't know where he is. He don't know what's going on. He's upset, though, because I think they're mostly angsty most of the time. And he is now, the first place he's finding himself in front of a little packing store, and the dude has got an X-Acto knife, and there's a Viking. There's no way a packer could beat a Viking.
Okay, so what state is this Viking showing up in?
Well, what state?
Because
is
if
the
he
packer
walks
from?
into a post office in Alabama, that's not going to end well for the Viking because we packing around here. Now, in Green Bay,
Yeah.
it could be a little different, don't you know?
See what I'm saying? That has to be considered then in this scenario. So the Viking is from where?
Minnesota.
That doesn't really help. Let's say the Packers are Green Bay. I don't know where that is.
Wisconsin.
Ooh, Minnesota versus Wisconsin. So a Minnesota Viking versus a Wisconsin male Packer. Dude, how could it not go to the Vikings? How could it not? I mean...
Fair enough.
Okay, I will say that in America, post offices will probably have guns, right? They'll probably have, like, tasers. What if they have tear gas? If they have tear gas or, like, some kind of pepper spray situation, I mean...
I'm fairly certain we're not arming our postal workers with tear gas.
No? So that's not a thing.
No, pretty sure that's not a thing.
But then from a technology perspective, a Packer is more modern. I mean, I guess Packers started, like, more in the past, though, so... It's just, I personally view Vikings as being super duper badass. They're, like, one down from the Titans, you know?
Vikings it is.
Alright, Vikings it is. Alright. And we will learn and we will adapt what the stronger mascot is, because the game will teach us. If the philosophy is that the game is based on who the stronger mascot is, the game itself will teach us to look deeper into those mascots so we can understand why those teams are winning. That's what I'm going to work with. That's how it's going to be, alright? Okay, we got Game 9, which is Panthers versus Falcons, which I feel like is very similar to Bengals versus Ravens. But the Panthers did have a very successful movie recently. And that's in the Marvel Universe, so you know they have money behind them. And then you have the Falcons, which are like a bird. But the Falcons are known as being pretty badass as well, so... What are your thoughts, Heafum?
My thoughts are Julio Jones. Now, if Matt Ryan doesn't pick up his QB game, we're going to be in some trouble. But I do like the Atlanta Falcons. As far as the mascot goes versus the Panther, I have heard even you yourself argue that it would peck out a buffalo's eyes. What would it do to a panther?
But I feel like if you look at a buffalo doesn't have like the paw reach. It doesn't have the ability to grab with its paws. A buffalo is like slow. A buffalo doesn't even have use of his front arms as if they're arms. You know what I mean? They're all feet. If you think about it, he's all feet. So, which is weird actually. I never really thought of it, but I'm not going to think about that too deeply. But the panther can reach up and grab the bird. What did we decide for the last one? We decided the Tigers would win against the Ravens. Plus, the Panthers do have that really good movie. That's a very successful movie. It has to be considered. I don't know. This is a tough
I will let you know if the quarterback for the Panthers shows up wearing adamantium armor.
Like, I'm just... Like I'm saying, can you imagine the level of like self-esteem that's going to build them up in? That's going to like boost them majorly. That's going to be like a huge thing. I mean, what do the Falcons have going for them right now?
Julio Jones.
Falcons. I'm just trying to see.
Probably the best wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, but they lost last week. They're not. The Falcon is not as strong as the Eagle, you know. So their self-esteem is a little bit hit. I think, you know, like they're not feeling real strong today.
I mean, you know, I'm just throwing out my opinion here. Like I said, it's hard for me to go with just the mascots here when I know who's playing.
Well, that's fair, and that's fair enough. And I think that's kind of the idea of this exercise is that it's so.
And the Carolina Panthers, they do have Cam Newton.
Newton.
Fig.
That is the best reference ever to Newton. I mean, there are other Newtons that one could have chosen, but I respect the selection of Fig. I mean...
Yeah, but that's fruit and cake, man.
It is. And who doesn't love that? Everybody loves that.
Everybody loves fruit and cake.
We're going to have to go with the Panthers here. The Falcons, I think with other teams would play better, but I think against the Panthers, I think they're going to have a little bit of a hard time. I think they're going to swoop in. I think they're maybe going to be like fast, but I don't think they're prepared for the Panthers this week. I just don't see it happening. I think they're going to come in strong, and then they're going to be knocked down real quick.
We shall see.
All right, the next one we have the Texans versus the Titans. The Texans did not perform as well as we had hoped that they would last week. So that Texan pride, what's happened in Texas, you know? And then we have the Titans, which is a pretty, you know, I mean.
I will tell you that even Vegas doesn't know where to go with this game.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say it's going to have to be the Titans. Although, you know.
I'm going to tell you, I am going to be pulling for the Texans in this game. I feel like the Texans will actually win.
You think they're going to come back up again after losing last week?
I do.
I mean, they, you know, maybe Texan pride will be like, all right, sorry, it was back to school week. We were a little bit busy for week 1, but week 2 we're in, you know. They realize that their presence was missed.
See, here's the thing, and you have to kind of, I don't know, you kind of have to nerf the Titan just a little bit because it's a Titan. A Titan can pretty well destroy anything.
You can't nerf the Titan. What do you mean nerf the Titan?
They are like the shamans of 6 years ago in World of Warcraft, okay?
Okay, so what you're saying is that the Titans are so good that we literally have to give them a handicap because they're too good?
I'm saying that their mascot, being a Titan, yes.
Against Lightning, they lose. Against Saints, they would lose. There's a number of teams where they're not going to win.
I don't really think that a Titan would lose against Lightning. A Titan is well, not that I think it's God, but it is a god, a mythological god. Take God into factor here. None of these are gods.
So maybe the team's overconfident, you're saying, to pick Titans, to pick such a crazy, formidable force, but they're really not Titans? Like, they couldn't be Titans in this arena. Titans don't exist in this arena. There are limitations to the Titanness. So really, to say you're a Titan, it's like somebody being like, I'm a Titan, but they're really not, you know?
But to use your argument from earlier, the Viking has to be a Viking, so the Titan has to be a Titan.
But a Titan, like, we have seen in movies, like in Wonder Woman as of late, you know, there are times when people, the average person, can come together with other superheroes and can go against these like ultimate forces. So anything that is like has like free thought and can communicate with other people or beings in this example could technically still win.
I love how you do that. You're like, the common plebeian came together for such an event. So.
Well, if they did, though, like it happened in Wonder Woman, so it could happen in the NFL, could it not?
Sure.
And wasn't the guy from Wonder Woman Texan? Was he a Texan?
I have no clue.
It's a really good movie.
You're asking me to review a movie I've not seen.
I mean, okay, you knew Everybody Loves Raven. Is that what it is? That's another show.
No, that would be Everyone Loves Raymond, and then That's So Raven. Come on. Get with the program.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I went there.
Everybody Loves Raven. Wow.
Everybody does love Raven, though. She's awesome. She was great on The Cosby Show. Okay. Okay, now I've totally lost my train of thought. We've gone way too far.
I gotta give you the Owen Wilson. Wow.
Oh my god. Week 2 and it's already happened. Okay, so I think in this case, I'm going to go Titans because I don't think Texans are really like going to be believers in trying to find someone to take down a Titan. I don't think maybe California. Okay. All right, now we have the next week, which is a very interesting combination, I must indeed say. We have the Cardinals versus the Rams. I'm so excited about this one already. This is like the perfect matchup. This will be a really good middle-of-the-road game.
I got the Rams on this one.
Before we started this, shared an image with Heafum from the movie The Nut Job, which is an animated Pixar/Disney/ movie. Hilarious, super good, family friendly, really great. If you haven't seen it, totally watch it. It's probably on Netflix. And I give you the Cardinal from the movie. All right. Now, he may look like he's just chilling, but actually, he's like a mob boss in that movie. He is like the most badass of the badass. He is the toughest of the tough. He is the most formidable foe in the entire movie. He's always just stone cold Steve Austin, ready to go. And we didn't really consider the Cardinals could be this badass, did we?
I mean, I have no words for that.
Good luck with this one.
I'm just not sold on the Cardinal.
I mean, no, I'm not either. And they did terribly in the first week. They got like 3 points in the entire game. It's terrible. Terrible game. You know, so this dude is how I'm going to imagine the Cardinals now. This is now their mascot. This dude is super duper cool. So I can vote for him against a Ram, and I'm having a really difficult time thinking of like references where Rams are really badass. Can you give me an example of that?
Where a Ram?
Yeah, where a Ram was like cool, where he was tough, where he won a fight.
Have you ever seen 2 Rams go head to head?
Okay, yeah. They ram. But how is a ram gonna ram a bird? A tiny little bird.
I've seen a ram a truck before.
You know what I could see? I could see the bird taunting the ram on the edge of the cliff, and then the ram going to ram the bird, and the bird flies out of the way, and the ram goes over the mountain.
Reach! But I'll go with it.
I mean, it could happen, though. You know? Like, he's all taunting him, he's flying around, the ram's getting kind of disoriented, he really has his main skill, and he's trying to go, and again, he also doesn't have hands, he's all feet, so he's trying to, maybe they go on their hind feet a little bit, but not majorly.
Did you say the goat? I ain't got no hands. Well, not the goat, I'm sorry, the ram.
The ram's got no hands.
As soon as you said that, I just had an Adam Sandler skit pop in my head. It's like,
the ram,
I got no dukes.
He's got no hands. What's he gonna do against a bird? Especially a little bird, especially a bird that takes, like, this seriously. I mean...
Fine.
I just don't know what he's going to do against a bird. I mean, okay, a bird could maybe... He could taunt him off of a cliff. He could scratch him a little bit, and then he could get the wound slowly infected. I mean, it's not going to be the most exciting game. Like, by a long shot. I really feel like this is not going to be a good game.
He's just a bird. He's going to fly away.
Yeah, I know. And he's a little birdie. I mean, I have a really hard time really believing in this bird, but I feel like against a ram...
Fine. Bird this week is the word.
All right,
we will go with the Cardinals.
All right, the next week we have the Lions versus the 49ers. That's an interesting one. It's gonna be a game that makes people angry. I can already feel that. I think that's how it's gonna go, because I'm thinking like poachers right away. My first thought goes to poachers. You know, I'm picturing all those dudes on like Facebook that people share the photos of where people travel, you know, and they never like exercise and they go to like Africa and then they go kill a lion.
Yeah.
And it's like a terrible image and everyone's angry.
I'm down with San Francisco in this one.
Why?
It's the 49ers. They got guns.
I know they do. I feel like I want to believe in the Lions so much because they are.
You should never believe in the Lions too much.
I want to believe in them because I really appreciate them as a team. You know?
I am sure Detroit Lion fans would appreciate that.
I do.
Because they probably do also.
Yeah, I do believe in them as a team. I just feel like against like a sniper rifle, it's just not in the cards for this week. I mean, but the Miners aren't going to have sniper rifles. They got dueling pistols. And pistols may not be enough to take down a lion. I think you really need a high-powered rifle. And he doesn't have a high-powered rifle. He has dueling pistols. Maybe a mining pick. But he can leap.
Give me 2 pistols to go against a lion any day.
Are you sure?
There will be lots of pew-pew. No QQ. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, but I'm not sure if pistols can kill a lion.
There are going to be so many people who do not get the no QQ reference, but... Oh.
Well, it's a majoritively gaming channel. There are going to be people that do. It'll be fine. Okay, I guess I'll go 49ers as well. Let me think. You have your miner. He's got guns. He jumps. He's all like, pew. He's got the mustache. Tom Selleck. That's going to factor in. And then you have your lion against like...
They had rifles back then. 49ers. Gold Rush.
All right.
They protected their gold.
Yeah, okay. I mean, this is a questionable one. I feel like we might be wrong on this one, but I'll give it to the 49ers for now. Okay, so now we have Raiders versus Broncos. What are the Broncos again?
Denver Broncos.
Yeah, but they're what? Like a horse?
Yes, they are.
A horse versus a raider, which is like a piratey dude. Yeah, we're going to have to go Raiders. That's a pretty easy one in my opinion. I mean, he's bucking. He's a bucking Bronco.
Not by how they played this last week, but I think Denver's going to win, but mascot-wise, Oakland would win.
Broncos. I'm just looking at last week's score.
I think if the Raider was using the horse...
The Raiders lost 13-33, and the Broncos won 27-24 against the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm. And Seattle ain't no joke.
Damn right. It's the one team that Vancouver represents in the NFL. We are like so fully Seahawked out here. It's like a thing. Hugely in Vancouver.
Yet you jumped on board with the Jets. I don't understand.
It's got to be the Jets. Because I described it in the first video, man. The Jets, you just got to give the Jets a chance. Especially in this political climate where everybody's all over the place with things. I think that the Jets represent... We're going to get into the Jets. The Jets are coming. Have we done the Jets? The Jets aren't coming up anymore. I believe in the Jets. They're the average everyday person. They're the average everyday American who's like fighting and, you know, the people that you believe in, the people that are like the firefighters, the people that are like making an effort. They're not getting paid enough money. They're working so hard. I mean, who could not believe in this team mascot? This is like the most incredible mascot I've ever heard in my entire life. You know,
half of New York.
People need to believe in them more than they do. They need to believe in themselves. But that's a whole other thing. All right, so for Raiders versus Broncos, Raiders got big swords. It is what it is. Sorry, Broncos. Better luck next week. Okay, now we have the Patriots versus the Jaguars. I feel like Jaguars have this one easily because I'm picturing like a whole bunch of Jaguars jumping into a pit with a whole bunch of Patriots. I don't care what muskets they have. It's not going to end well for the Patriots. What do you think?
I believe that Gronkowski would body slam all of them, and while Tom Brady watched from behind laughing maniacally.
Are these people that are on the Patriots team?
They are,
yes,
and they are very good. And he was unstoppable.
The Patriots technically do have explosives, so they could outsmart the Jaguars, I guess. It's a tough one when we look at it from that perspective. It is. You have to factor in a number of different things. Like, you have to factor in the fact that Patriots, they had explosives at that time. They knew how to make traps.
You mentioned that a bunch of Jaguars being thrown into a pit full of Patriots.
Yeah.
I would go as far back as Daniel in the Lion's Den. I'm talking.
Ooh.
Patriots are good to go in this game. They're going to destroy them.
If only it was against the Lions, though. So close. So close. I just can't imagine the Jaguars not winning. I just picture a whole bunch of Jaguars slowly skulking in, getting ready to pounce, and then you have a bunch of Patriots from like the 1800s, like, oh, look over there, sir. I think I see a ginormous group of Jaguars. What should we do? And they're going to be like, let's get out the muskets. And then 5 minutes later, they're still loading it up, and the Jaguars have eaten everyone.
I will tell you, Vegas is on your side.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That even makes me feel even better. That makes me feel like Jaguars is where it's at. That's where I'm going to have to go. But Heafum is going to go with the Patriots, I guess, then, right?
I mean, you just can't ever count Tom Brady out.
Yeah, but I think you're looking at it from the wrong perspective. You're considering football facts. And this is not only about the reality of football. There are other factors that have to be considered, right?
I understand. I told you from the get-go that my mind was tainted with facts, and it was going to be hard for me.
I know. We're going to have to, like, really get your mind not thinking about the reality, and we're going to have to get your mind thinking about who would win in a specific fight. If you yourself was a Patriot in the 1800s and a dude threw a Jaguar at you, it's not going to be good. I mean...
If a dude threw a Jaguar at me, one, I would be unprepared.
Yes.
For one, a guy to throw a Jaguar at me. Two,
Yes.
that Jaguar has either been trained to attack or is domesticated, and then I will pet it.
Okay, but that's only because otherwise it would just kill everybody, right? It would kill the handler. It could never even be thrown at you because it just eviscerates human beings. Right?
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah. I think I heard Heafum admit that we were right on this. Me and all the people who
I will let you
this.
hear what you want to hear. If
That's
Tom
what
Brady
I'm
were
here.
a Panther, or excuse me, a Jaguar, I would go with that.
All right, we're going with Jaguars then. We'll see what happens. We will talk about this in the pre-review show. We're not the name is at the beginning of the other video for next week when we go through all of the winners and all the losers, and then we kind of quickly discuss what we think about that. All right, so we have 2 games left, and we're doing better on time. So woo woo. Okay, we have Giants versus Cowboys. This is really tough. This is really tough because it's basically the same thing, except one side is like super huge and really, really strong, and the other side are on horses.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the facts out of this one.
Yep.
Dak Prescott sucks.
Which side is he on?
Cowboys.
Yeah, but again, like last time, Prescott was from Scream, and Scream was successful, but in the end, it was not successful. So maybe that's what happened. They start out strong at the beginning of the game, but by the end of the game, it's curtains. It's over.
Dak Prescott ran for his life most of the evening, and his top receiver for the evening was a almost middle-aged Caucasian wide receiver. That's no bueno.
I mean, I do think it's ironic that, in using the improper use of the word irony, that he ran from things for his life, against like a scary foe, and his namesake Prescott was used in the movie Scream. I'm just saying I see a connection there. He might want to change his name. He might play better.
Very fast, 300-plus pound linemen are very scary.
Well, yeah, I can see that.
I don't blame the man for running.
I can see that. They're almost like Vikings in their own way, aren't they? We need to explore this more next week. So then who would win between a giant and a cowboy? Cowboy, he's on a horse, he's got a gun. Giant is like lumbering in. He has a big club. He's intimidating. I feel like people are intimidated by the Giants. I feel like a lot of teams go in and a lot of people are like, ooh, it's the Giants this week. It's going to be a decent game. It's going to be a decent game.
Between what I saw between Dak Prescott of the Cowboys and Eli Manning of the Giants, I feel that this week Eli Manning is going to be that blind squirrel that finds a nut this week.
All right. So you're saying that the Giants are going to win?
I am. And the Cowboys are my team. Like, I love the Dallas Cowboys, and that hurts for me to say, but...
I mean, what's a Giant really going to do in a fight, though? You know?
Squash you.
He's going to squash a cowboy on a horse? I guess we're thinking like Lord of the Rings, like the Hobbit style giants. Like the ogres, kind of. Not really, I guess. It's a little bit different. There should be a team with the ogres as a mascot. That would be amazing. I would vote for that team. Shrek all the way. This is close we're getting to Shrek, though. I mean, everybody loves Shrek. I keep having this bird just stare at me at the screen. It's kind of starting to freak me out. That team, though. Okay, let's go Giants. I think it's debatable, and I think it'll be interesting to see what happens next weekend. So, all right. Now, the last of the last, the very, very end. We're gonna end it off on a very questionable note. We have the Seahawks versus the Bears. Seahawks is a great team. They're scary. They're quick. People like them, but they can also be really aggressive and intimidating. Versus the Bears, who are like super strong defense, excellent fear when it comes to going on to the match playing field against them. It's two different types of playing styles, I think.
And if you watch our previous video, you will know that Khalil Mack for the Chicago Bears is now a thing with the questionable trading of one John Gruden, which probably wishes he had not done that. So if you're telling me that you're going with the Bears over the Seahawks, I would go with that.
Yeah, but how's a bear gonna kill a Seahawk? I guess he has swipes. He has front hands. He has hands. He has paws. He's not all feet. He could do it. It's possible.
A bear can climb trees. A bear can fish in water.
That's true.
I mean, the bird is safe nowhere. It would have to fly around till it were exhausted, and the bear would just have its way.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, then we're going Bears this week. And that's it. That's all we got for this week, guys. We will see. I am going to grab this and review it quickly so we can remember it. All right. Week number 1 is going to be the Bengals. Week number 2 is going to be the Steelers. Week number 3 is going to be the Jets. Week number 4 is the Eagles. Why am I saying week number? Game number. Game number 4 is the Eagles. Game number 5 is the Saints. Game number 6 is the Redskins. Game number 7 is the Chargers. Game number 8 is the Vikings. Game number 9 is the Panthers. Game number 10 is the Titans, 11 is the Cardinals, 12 is the 49ers, 13 is the Raiders, 14 is the Jaguars, 15 is the Giants, and 16 is going to be the Bears. It's going to be good. I think it's going to be a good week. I'm excited. I'm going to watch some of the games, I think. Are you going to be watching any of the games in particular?
All of them.
Is it even possible to watch all of them? You're going to have multiple screens?
NFL Sunday Ticket.
Oh.
Yes.
What's that?
Well, it's a channel that shows all of the games on the screen, and you can actually move between them and pick which one you want to watch on big screen. But you can actually have all of them going at once.
That's a good idea.
You have so much to learn, Grasshopper.
What a fun idea. I love that. I'm going to have to look into that. All right, well, thank you.
I have also been known to break out 2 TVs. Sorry.
I mean, respect. You're taking the game seriously. You're preparing. See, you know though. You gotta know the sport. I'm really good with like the sort of references in pop culture and random connectiveness, but I still enjoy it. But you know the specifics of the game, and I respect that about you, Heafum, and I appreciate you being here for this week, for week 2. Thank you for being here, Heafum.
Thank you for having me.
And that will conclude the Almost Podcast week 2 with Alexx and Heafum. Thank you guys so much for joining us this week, and we will see you next week with the recap of what happened and then the week 3 choices. Hope you guys have a good week. Later. Bye.